Hey, we're live.
Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an unusual but exciting 2-hour stream from us live here on Sunday afternoon. We are part of the 72-hour live stream for the YouTube community. And so I hope some of you will be joining us from who is the one that's before us, Lego Maniacs chat, which they are still talking a little bit. They're ending it up. So hopefully some of our friends will be coming over here. And so you guys are welcome to be here. We've got some more friends I know that are on the way. We will be adding them and everything. And that we've got Jeff McElwee in the chat. M.productions is over there in the chat. Willie Neblet Jr. is there. Bama Bricks, how you doing, man? Good to see you. So Brick Bunnies is joining us here. Let's see who all rolls in. Got a few more coming in. Let me go ahead and pop that up over here. All right. Fazoom Jr. is here. There you go. Jay, how you doing, Joseph Case? Good to have you here. MJ Bricks. All right, MJ Bricks. I got this for you. Hang on. A lot of these have seen this before. MJ Bricks is our friend, and he is all into Chima. And, of course, I dog Chima all the time. But I have a very rare Chima thing. Here it is. Look at that. From TT Games. Look at there. TT Games. This is an official Chima suit, eh? So I have Chima that you will never have. So I just want to let you know that. All right. Now I'm going to take that junk off. All right. So let's say James Nunnally, our man. Hey, James, on my break at work. If you can join us, send me a Facebook message and I'll send you a link. Let's say Brick Bunnies is here. Ingrid, how you doing? Good to have you here. I took an Allegro to keep the allergies and the swelling down.
Better that you said Allegro instead of something else.
Allegro or so yeah. So all right, Building Brick, glad you were here. So got a lot of folks. BrickBlaze, what is going on, man? Good to have you here. All right, so this is oh, hang on. Let me y'all talk amongst yourselves. Let me send somebody a link. Hang on one second.
So this is what we like to refer to as Chris having not a plan and causing dead air for us to actually make stuff up as we go. So this is actually not common, but it does happen from time to time on both of our weekly shows. Messy Mondays and Old Grey Bricks Live on Thursday. Chris, was
I know some of you have the gift of gab. Oh, let me add BrickBlaze to the stream. Look at that. There's BrickBlaze. What's going on? What's up? We lost somebody. Who did we lose?
Brick Smith. We lost Brick Smith.
Gotcha.
We have a topic that Matthew was talking about in the pre-show. Target has a bunch of stuff that went on sale starting today.
Yep.
Some 20% stuff, some 40, maybe something like that. Stuff on sale.
Yeah, 40%, I think, on some things.
There's a couple that are 40, and if you've got the red card, you get an additional 5%.
Okay, you guys talking about Target is like me talking about Toys R Us. It's just infuriating.
Wait.
Hey, we tried to give Canada Target, but you guys wouldn't go there. So
You missed the target. What can I say?
It was suited directly for you. It was red and white. They had the bullseye. Come on.
I know.
Even red and white.
They apologize a lot. I don't know. I can't believe.
I'm sorry, it's just not here.
Oh, there's Rick Smith right there. All right, James, if you're listening, I just sent you a message, so I hope you can pop in from your phone at work and everything. So, all right, hey, you two down in the corner down there, Blaze and Rick Smith, y'all gotta, you know.
I think the phrase is get a room, but isn't this a room? So, not sure.
All right, so let's go around the room. Oh, Butt Chop, how you doing, Butt Chop? Butt Chop is in the chat. Brick Bunnies is in the chat. Let's see. Oh, wait, we may have an actual Lego employee on his break joining us in the chat. Come on.
Can he do it?
Hey, Mike B, how are you?
He's in the back room.
Oh, this is awesome. Live from the back room of a Lego store. It is James Nunnally. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are
you're
you
muted.
guys doing?
Oh,
we got him. We got you.
We got him. You're good. You're good.
How are you guys doing? It's been a day. It's double points weekend.
You gotta be sweating out there.
I mean, I wish I was sweating product because I would have something to give people. We do nothing.
Did you guys hit a daily high yesterday?
We did. Yesterday was our busiest day we've ever had in the store.
Ever?
So,
Since the store opened?
but it's a bad problem to have without product.
I just want to say I did my part.
That is greatly appreciated.
I spared you guys, and I went to North Point.
Well, you missed a little bit if you weren't here at the opening of the day. Our internet was down. Our internet's down again today, so I'm getting to manually add VIP points for people. So that's fun.
Oh yeah,
whole lot of fun, and we're out of the Dickens promo and some other fun stuff. So I'm ready for the next 4 hours to be over.
So are you out of both promos or which one?
Still have the teal brick, but the Dickens promo didn't even last to 12:30 yesterday. I got here about that time.
How many did you have in originally?
I don't think I can tell you the exact number, or I'm supposed to. But of the split that we're going to get between both weeks, we got a quarter of them for this past week, and then the other 3/4 will be for Black Friday.
Okay. So in other words, people who may have missed it this week and still have a chance for Black Friday weekend.
So let me just say, as a former employee, that often the store would get 200 or 300 gift with purchase units, and I'm guessing they got less because this was a high price point unit. So James can't talk about it, but I can.
The fact that they split it up over.
That's fair. You can.
Yeah, but the fact that they split it up and so that there's more coming for Black Friday, that's still good for people.
You get a second chance.
It's nice because it keeps us from borrowing from this next week, and you're not having to say, okay, we only have 200, and then you're tempted to give them out, or whatever number you get. Yeah. It allows us to segment them and just truly say, hey, I'm really sorry. It's until supplies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are you allowed to tell us, in the past on Black Friday, there have been, like 10 o'clock doorbusters? Well, do you know if they're going to do that? Is that something you can relate to us?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part of that. I don't have the best service here, and neither does the mall. But
you expect there to be doorbusters on Friday?
James, are there going to be doorbusters on Friday?
They haven't said anything about any of the sales or anything like that. I mean, I imagine you're going to see a pretty similar trend to what you see in some years, but as far as like a doorbuster and then the price, lessens as the day goes, or like even daily through the weekend, having different things, they haven't confirmed anything. And honestly, with their appeal to try and not put too many people in the store at a time, and like doing Black Friday early access weekend and then Black Friday to try and cut down crowds, I would almost doubt it, but that's just me shooting from the hip. I don't know for certain at all. I would hope we do doorbusters and things like that, because sometimes those early mornings can be a little slow.
Are you guys?
If far be it for me to take over this chat, you guys do what you normally do.
We've been wanting you to be on this show forever. This is perfect.
That's right. You're new blood, and you're right at the heart of the Lego, world right now, in the Lego store in the back storeroom. So for those of you joining us, this is actually kind of a surprise to us. I'm glad James was able to pop in. He is a friend of ours here in the Atlanta area in our Lug. Being a Lego employee, he has to be a little sneaky about it. So he is literally on his break. He is at the Lego store somewhere in the bowels of Atlanta, or one of the bowels of the suburbs of Atlanta, and he is on the inside telling us what is going on the Black Friday deals, early deals right now. So you go ahead first.
Which is me just being big.
I was going to say, James, this is the show.
Yeah,
you are the show right now.
Okay, well, I'm happy to participate in a non-official Lego capacity. I'm not wearing my name tag; it doesn't count. I wouldn't have shirt if I didn't work for Lego.
It just says Lego. That's all. It doesn't matter.
James, usually we try to make Ryan Wood, who works for Legoland, uncomfortable by asking him to reveal things that he's not supposed to talk about. So it's your turn.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I love my job far more than I love to make people happy with information. So I'm going to be a hard egg to crack.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good. I do have one question that I think that you should be able to answer that won't divulge anything, because I know that like the Lego stores across the country have had varying hours due to COVID and stuff like that. Like you guys don't open until 10 on the weekend. North Point didn't open until 11 yesterday. Are they going to do a Black Friday 6 a.m. or are they going to do it at like 10 or 11?
That's going to be a store-by-store basis. From what I understand, our mall is open 6 to 10, so we will be doing our normal Black Friday, 6 to 9. We are not open until 10 p.m. that night. So our holiday extended hours that we're at least doing, and again, it's a store-by-store or a mall-by-mall basis. Our holiday hours right now, are normal hours. So we're 10 to 9 Monday through Saturday and 11 to 7 on Sundays. And then Black Friday will just be 6 to 9.
Okay, so you guys are going to be open at 6 on Black Friday then.
Hey, can I?
And I will be here bright and early.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Quick question, and I apologize, I went and changed really quick. Do you guys have the female elf yet in the build a minifig?
So we did not get any of those in the store so far. Are you guys okay? Okay. I doubt he is. Sorry, I do have to actually answer questions in real time. So we don't have those in store right now. If you're seeing a problem with some of those things being in some stores and not others, Pick-a-Brick and BAM are things that we order on our own volition. It is not something where in years past, like when Matt worked for Lego, they would send your quarterly assortment and that's what you would get. Right now, it is really whatever your own in-stock looks like. I will say we ordered them, and in that particular week, they've decided to focus more on product inventory, just as crazy as COVID has been this year, and heightening the demand and things like that. So from what I understand, they have taken a slowdown on Pick-a-Brick and build a minifigure parts right now in order to focus more on the allocation of these other items. So we will get them at some point. That order will be fulfilled, but as of right now, I don't know when.
Very good answer. Acceptable.
Straight from the back room of the the Lego store. This is great.
I'm really bummed because I look forward for minifigure parts every chance I get.
Yes.
Hey, how hard would it for you to sneak where Linda would be in the background and on the screen so we could just see Linda?
Oh, she's actually not here today. She is off today.
It would be very hard.
Show today. Are you just bringing that back here in case?
Is that Emily Loves Lego?
Right.
Is that
no,
Emily?
It's not. She's here. No, it's not. But she's here with me. She was the one I was talking to before her.
Okay, all right.
Can she come say hello to us?
Let me see what I can do. Hold on. It depends. She's my supervisor on the floor right now.
Guys, don't get him in trouble.
I was about to say, let's not get the whole Sugarloaf store fire.
Yeah.
We don't want to be known as that guy.
Yeah, I know. But if you don't follow Emily does. How many of you follow Emily on a thing? Yeah, so Emily Loves Lego has a great Instagram thing to subscribe to, and she kind of tells what's going on with. Oh, wait, there she is. Hello.
This is Chris Giddens live chat show.
Everybody wave hello.
I can't hear because I've got my earpiece in, but they all say hello. They requested you.
Hi.
You're doing good social distancing by keeping your masks on when you guys are less than 6 feet apart. So.
Y'all doing a great job.
Is he back? So yeah, just make sure you don't ring one of those off the map. Let me know if you need me. Okay. Oh, they're just live chatting. We're the show right now.
So we were asking if you were working because we all love your Instagram page and you're helping us out by giving us tidbits when there's something available that we're not aware of on either the BAM or the Pick-a-Brick or at Discovery Mills. So I have to, or the Discovery Center. So I have to run down there on a Saturday.
They're very appreciative of all of your social media postings and your information sourcing to the community in such good time.
Of course, she can't hear us, James, because you have your
No, and honestly, yeah, and I've only got one side that works too, so that's not even. Although
this is like that Star Trek episode with with arms wide open. That's
You can't even share.
although it's really
social distancing makes this entirely awkward.
Right.
With his arms wide open.
Anyway, well, just let her know that we appreciate all of her posts, and you guys rock. We appreciate it so much.
man, this camera thing. I'm not used to using my phone either. They're just very, very appreciative of you and everything that you do.
I'm happy too.
Oh, me. So what were you guys going to talk about if I didn't hop on? What was the subject? What are you guys hauling on this weekend, or are you waiting for next week?
So there was originally a topic of talking about the Target sale that's going on for a lot of sets on 20% and 40% off. I think Matthew and I both got a big bunch of sets. I know I ordered 2 of the International Space Stations, one of them just for parts.
Yeah, good job making it awkward for the Lego employees talking about a sale at another store. Good job.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Both James and Emily both.
Hey, Lego sales are Lego sales, man. We love to see you guys, but
Look, don't get these guys fired, okay? Seriously. All right, so
I could just start going on about how I can't spend any money on Lego and I have to put it in my house.
No, Rich, we don't talk about that.
So
okay.
Instead, let's talk about the Coliseum rolling out next week. So are you expecting a big walk-up for that?
Yep.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm pulling my headset off. Yeah, I mean, we have them in. We're excited about it. We'll have a decent amount of them for launch for something like that, but it is it'll be an interesting launch because Black Friday last year we saw the Batmobile, and this year seeing the Coliseum. I think you're going to see a different skew in crowd. Yes, double points right now.
Yeah.
I want to know where I could get one of those masks. Those are the bomb.
Oh, they're cool.
My dead body.
You gotta become an employee, Rick.
Off your. Well, I was an employee. I was a manager. I was an assistant manager at Potomac Mills. Can't I get one kind of retroactively?
It's not like being the president, Rich. You don't get paid for life.
Oh, come on.
Alumni program.
Guys, I hate to have to hop off abruptly, but I've got IT popping in, so it was good to see you guys. This was fun.
Bye.
I look forward to this, obviously in an unofficial. This is not me in a Lego capacity at all. All of my statements are of my own coordination.
Right.
And James, we need to get you on Monday or Thursday when you're not working.
Yeah,
I'd love to. Love to. Well, y'all take care, and we will see you guys later. All right.
Later, James.
Bye,
Later,
guys.
Aaron.
Bye.
bye. That was awesome. Thanks for dropping in. That was awesome and unexpected.
That was
inside the heartbeat of the Atlanta Lego store. That was pretty sweet.
My wife is saying she wants one too now because she used to be a Lego employee.
Everybody,
come on.
You know the phrase "over my dead body" during a pandemic is probably not exactly the best.
Yeah,
not the way you really want to go with that, but okay.
I think it's poignant though.
Or or avoid it like the plague. Apparently, we don't know what that means around here.
I think what he was telling Rich is that if he dies of COVID, Rich can inherit his mask.
We'll give it to you.
Do you know what's funny is that when you guys are talking about the store and what's going on there and that, Toronto's about to enter into lockdown for 28 days, so it's going to take it all the way to December 21st.
Oh wow!
All of the Lego stores are within malls in the Toronto boundary, so anything in a mall, if you don't have outside access, that's it, right? It's online only. So they showed, and it goes down as of midnight to tonight. They showed pictures Saturday morning Have you seen like that scene in like World War Z where the zombies are going up, creating a pyramid to the helicopter? That's what the Lego store is on Saturday. It was like madness. Like people were literally going in there and like pulling up like floor tiles and bringing them to the front and say,
We must have Lego before we go in knockdown.
Right. Like, I mean,
Give me Lego now.
The 21st of December, like, and there's no guarantee it's going to be open. Like everything's going to be reversed by then. So
yeah, or you'd be able to get anything off of Amazon or something.
Well, yeah,
pirates. Everybody's going to steal your Lego off your porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the stores right now, they're madness. And they had like the last like 5 years, we normally follow the Black Friday sales that the US does. We had our own for years, but nobody cared. So everyone started like following like the the third week of November thing. So Lego store had all those too, right? But I can just imagine because they just dropped the bomb 2 days ago that they're going to shut it all down. So I don't even want to know how it's been for those guys. They must have just be pulling their hair out.
Well, I mean, I know even just here in the States, I mean, the Lego store I went to yesterday had 3 employees working. 1 was working the door, 2 were working the register. 1 on the register and 1 at the door were swapping back and forth with who was answering the phone. And literally, as soon as they would hang up the phone, it would ring again.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And every time the guy who was working the door had a moment of not answering the phone, was running in the back to pull out more stock to put on the shelves. And both the registers were still going steady. And they were limiting 6 people, 6 to 8 or 10 people in the store. Line was at least 30 deep. And we have 2 Lego stores within about a 30-minute distance of each other.
Right.
Somebody in Kansas who posted some pictures, who was on our lug, who was out there, the Lego store he was at had a line that was at least 100 people long.
Yeah.
And it was at like 11 o'clock, and they were just getting, I mean, they'd been open since 10. So they were just getting rolling. So I can only imagine that it's just got to be insane in Canada, even more so.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like in order, I think like Toronto's got one, but I think the next closest one is maybe Ottawa. So it's like 4 hours away. So yeah.
But it's all empty in between cities, right?
So it's
more or less
wasteland.
There's not much.
It's wilderness. Isn't it? Bears and elk and caribou and
that's right. And heroes. Endless cities full of heroes.
And a few coyotes somewhere around there.
What about the bacon and maple syrup? Did we cover that too?
Well, that's
the highways are covered in maple syrup, that's why you have to wear chains on your tires.
Yeah,
that's right. The roads are just made of strips of bacon that roll out in glorious, greasy, salty. Where am I going with this?
The problem is,
I don't want to know.
But it's still, the problem is it's Canadian bacon, so it's a lot of fattiness, and it doesn't taste as good on your pizza as regular American bacon.
Nah, but if you put pea meal on the bacon on the pizza, it's much better because that's almost no fat.
I don't know if I want to know what that is.
Yeah.
You guys,
you actually get NHL giveaways.
No butter tarts, no pea meal. I don't know how you get by. Seriously. I don't know.
All right, so
it's tough down here in the lower 48.
That's true. All right, so we were about to start talking about some of our folks have hit some deals today at Target, and then we're going to kind of go around the room and talk a little bit about some stuff we built during COVID, because I know for a lot of the folks in the room, we've been building some significant stuff. Maybe we'll show off some of the stuff we did in our local lug for our couple of contests we had and everything. And if you're a regular viewer, you're like, oh, we've seen that, but I know we have a lot of new viewers, and so we're excited about that. We've had some more folks. Larry Legend is here. Bama Brick is here. Minifig Collector is here. Glad you folks joined us. Ingrid is here. If I didn't say hello, Ingrid, we're so glad you're here as well. Seth, good to see you, man. It's an old friend of mine and everything. So, Dana, you and I believe Matt were saying what y'all were able to get at the Targets. So go ahead and let us know what you got.
Well, so I woke up this morning to we have an ongoing IM session between Shannon, Matthew, and another member of our lug named Will. And all of a sudden it was Shannon letting us know that there were certain sets that were 50%, there were some 40% sales. The Target's doing their, hey, it's pre-Black Friday, let's just mark down a bunch of Lego sets for no particular reason. So lots of randomness. I mean, some sets that you would expect to be on sale aren't on sale. Some sets that you wouldn't expect. A lot of the Harry Potter new sets are on sale for $10 off, which was kind of cool.
And you didn't message me.
Together? Yeah, well, we need to add you into that group.
All of the dot sets are marked down.
Yeah, all of the dots.
You didn't message me.
Okay, how many in the room got a message from Dana knowing there's a sale today?
I didn't start this message.
You need to be friends with Shannon.
Exactly.
He's the target guy. He's the target
Shannon's
guy.
our target guy. He keeps an eye on what's going on and as far as what's on sale.
I think they go to Target like every other day. Seriously.
I think they do. So surprisingly, I was able to go ahead and grab the Force Awakens, or no, the Rise of the Skywalker Millennium Falcon, which I think is 25% or 20% off, and that's 25 if you get the red card. I also grabbed 2 International Space Stations, which I'm going to go ahead and part one of those out because that's got some great parts in it. And then there was a bunch of other stuff that I was tempted to. A lot of city sets are 40% off. So time to get those. Mark, Burger Truck,
in other words, they made it the right price point.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
what they should be. Mark, the burger truck was also on 40%. Is down to $40 again at Target. So if you wanted to grab the second one, it's probably or wait till the after Christmas and get it for a little cheaper. Matthew, I'm sure you have an even bigger buy from your Target run today.
So I have a Bricklink store, and my business model is to buy stuff when it gets blown out and then sell it 4 to 5 years later at full price. And so that's what I do. And that pays for a lot of very expensive Lego sets that I buy, and I don't have to take all the money out of my budget. So I maxed out a credit card at Target today. And
Wait. We need to see pictures of all of that. Where is that purchase? We want to see it.
Well,
I'm picking it up after the show. So if you want pictures, I can show you next show.
Haul pick.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, Monday on the show tomorrow, we need a haul. We need a visual of the haul.
Okay, so some of it I'm picking up, and some of it shipping via mail, and everything I bought at the Lego store yesterday is going on Bricklink eventually. So I bought almost nothing for myself. Almost everything's for my Bricklink store. But my inventory in Bricklink has fallen by almost 50% in 2020. I mean, I have had crazy sales. If the IRS is listing, I didn't sell anything. But for those of you who don't work for the IRS, I'm serious. It paid for every dollar I spent on Lego this year. I sold more than I spent this year using Bricklink. So, but here's some cool ones if you want to just go buy something for yourself. The Fun in the Park set is 40% off, which if you're doing the carousel and you want the little extras for that, that's a nice set. I bought the Street Sweeper set. It was 25% off. Everybody needs a street sweeper for their layout, right? I don't know. And last year at this time, Target put their U.S. Capitol building architecture sets on half price, but you had to click on the link to see the price. I bought all of them in Jacksonville, Florida. All 8 of them are in my basement. So someday they'll sell on Bricklink, but I bought all of them were within an easy drive. So, you might want to check back next Friday on Target as well, because they don't show you the price unless you click on it. And so the Empire State Building is 20% off on architecture, and the Statue of Liberty is 20% off. And that's a nice set in my opinion.
It's a nice set. Even if you don't want to set it, even if you don't want to build the Statue of Liberty, lots of sand green parts.
Yep.
In that aspect.
If you click around, most of them are 20% off. I'm astonished that the newest Harry Potter sets are 20% off. So, and all of the city space layout is 20% off. And I went through about 2 of everything just to put in my Bricklink store. So if you've been waiting to get some of the city space shuttle type stuff, it's a good price. And if you got the red card, it's 25% off. So
exactly.
Go for it.
What is your Bricklink store name?
What is my?
Isn't it Falconer?
Is it Falconer?
This is the worst commercial I've ever seen.
Yes, it's Falconer.
I'm horrified.
people just find it by searching for items. I almost exclusively resell sets. I mean, there's a few parts on there, but I mostly just buy blowout sets and then I turn around and sell them and use that money to pay for my fun stuff. So, what's up, London Bridge? Good to have you here. Brett's Bills, good to have you here. So if you discover, Matt, the actual name of your Bricklink store that makes you money, and you will put it in the private chat, I'll throw it in for everyone to see. Okay. So now this is a sponsored chat, right? I get a cut, right? 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 I'm going to get you some radar dishes. I'll get you some radar dishes. How about that? That's true. You're getting me the gray. By the way, there's gray then the classic shaped gray radar dish now that comes with the bar hole in the middle. So that's really cool. You can get those. I think we all get a cut. Just send me an orange spaceman. Orange spaceman. I'm down to just 5 of those now. So
I hooked you up with a new one. Did you notice that yesterday?
You gave me an extra. I didn't know if that was by mistake or.
Nope, that was on purpose because you were my mule. So I hooked you up with an extra orange spaceman.
That was the orange spaceman tax.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matthew, you have 2 Big cups for me, so I'll throw in an orange spaceman for grabbing.
Did you end up on your Bricklink store later in about 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, you don't put it on your Bricklink store. Because
orange spaceman is the new Bitcoin, is it not?
I think so. But according to Kevin Hinkle, that when a part is printed, it's going to appear in 3 sets, right? So
that was the word from Kevin.
And we got word of that because the stuff came out about the new town and 3-in-1 sets, and there's a new version or it's the same as the little printed torso that came in the 3-in-1 Space Rover is coming in a smaller set. That guy right there.
Well, this torso anyway.
That torso right there is coming in a smaller set, and it's a 3-in-1 set, but it's going to be probably it looks like a $10 set. It'll probably be $17, but there will be a way for us to get a copy of that and everything.
If we hadn't already blown out all of the Bricks and Pieces copies that they had.
That's true, and it comes with a redone version of the classic Sparius robot head and that looks really, really exciting. So,
and can I say that when Mark sent me that last week, I'm like, I just thought about the discussions we've had the last 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, this is it. This is what's supposed to be happening, right? Yeah. Like that price, what it does, where it starts you off, that's it. Like that's what's supposed to be happening. So absolutely.
Yeah.
Hopefully it could be the second coming of Classic Space.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
Right. Well, I have a feeling that they are going to start working in a space set in the 3-in-1 line because I think they're going to revisit classic themes through the 3-in-1 because they've done it with Town, they did it with Pirates, and they've done it with Space now twice. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. If they will put a couple of figs in the sets, not just one.
But here's a question. Will that drive up or down the prices of classic space items?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. All right. Hey, one thing we have not done going around. Yes, that's what we are talking about, Minifig Collector. That's exactly the one we're talking about. We haven't gone around the room and kind of done an intro and everything. I know Bricksmith is here in person only or in name only. He's got company over at his house. So let's start with our friend. A lot of you may not know BrickBlaze. BrickBlaze is on Twitch.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, BrickBlaze, and what's going on in your Lego world.
So BrickBlaze, that's the name. Obviously, I have a YouTube channel here. I post videos. I do live streams on Twitch. Also do TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Haven't been doing a whole lot, but I decided since I'm on your stream that I would build something space. So I'm building space.
Woo! Nice. The granddaddy.
So that's what's going on now, and I just finished a little Octane here.
That's such a great little set.
Yep. So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Let me just shout out to that set. That set has set us up for a revival for some space stuff. And so I'm excited. That's a great set. Even though it didn't come with landing gear, but we added it. But anyway, there was a couple things that could have been better, but there's a whole lot of love for classic space in that set.
So so excited about that. All right, let's go to Rich. Rich, what's going on, man?
Okay. Should I give anybody any context?
Yeah, in 2
Okay.
minutes or less. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll try to keep it brief. I have decided that I need to move from my current location and store all my Lego so I can move to Pennsylvania and open up a place where I could have a huge Lego display in so people could come and look at it and maybe buy some things like a store.
Nice.
A Lego store in the middle of Pennsylvania. So I don't have any Lego around me. I'm rebuilding my house to sell it. And that's what I've been doing. That's where all my money's being spent on, and not on Lego right now with all these wonderful sales that you keep telling me about.
Sorry, Rich.
Sorry.
Did it hurt, Rich?
It hurt. It hurt a little. Right there. Right. So anyway, all my money's going towards fixing some things in this current place that I live in. And someday soon I will have to not talk to you anymore on these wonderful shows for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, while we start setting up the infrastructure in the new place. We're this close to getting a contingency on that place I was talking about, and being ready to actually hopefully move into it just the beginning of next year.
All right, good deal. Now, Rich, if you don't know, Rich has been a Lego fan even longer than I have, Mark has, and everything. He's been around the hobby for a long time, but met Rich at Brick Fair or Brick Fest like 02, 03, whatever my first one was. 02 was my first one, and everything. So he is up in the Washington area, and he has been a Lego fan for a long time. And so he's in the process of moving. So, all right, let's go to our token female that we are so glad will actually hang out with us. What is up, Meredith? And what is up, Heel Wheels? How are you?
Oh, we got a guy here
It
too.
looked like the one I just showed.
Go ahead.
We're all sorting. We have a lot of friends down here, disembodied friends.
Ew! Whoa, go back. That is a lot of Friends dolls. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a couple.
Oh my goodness.
My child may have a problem.
You know what? It starts at home.
Yeah, come by honestly.
Yeah, it starts with mom and dad. There's these addiction problems start with parents.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you building? Is the ship able to be seen? There's a lot of these hooks.
Yes, we have it set out for the later in the show if we're going to discuss the build.
Okay.
Here, these ships.
All right. So yeah, we want to see it. We want to see that. That'll be amazing. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. All right. Let's see. Sam, let's step away. What is going up? We've talked to Matt. Matt, what is up in your Lego world? You got anything more news except for maxing out credit cards and
Grades get turned on Wednesday, and then there's a whole nother world of Lego that will restart on Wednesday afternoon. So until then, I'm taking a break from grading to come on the show today. So we go back to grading after this. But and for people who haven't watched the show, if you look to over my shoulder right here, one of the things that I built in the last few months was the alien from the movie Alien. So it's a pretty big little guy over there, and the Arco brothers, two Spaniards, sell the instructions. So that's pretty awesome. And I bought the instructions and bought all the parts and built that. And I supposedly will complete the cathedral, which is downstairs in front of the TV. And it's very close to being done. And I also bought the instructions from an Italian guy who's like 23. And I'm totally jealous that he designs amazing things and he's 23 years old. But and then I do buildings I had been waiting for our that order, which shall not be named, to arrive with dark green window panes. And now that it has, I've got a couple buildings I can finish up because I needed some more dark green window frames. And that'll be on the front burner starting Wednesday at 10:51 when I turn in grades.
Cool deal. So you are a professor. Tell them where you're a professor at.
I teach at Georgia Gwinnett College, which is a 4-year school here in Gwinnett County, which is what was it? It was the largest school without a 4-year college. So the state of Georgia started one about 12 years ago. So we're a new state college, and we have about 14,000 students. So it's not small. We're pretty big.
Right. That's awesome. Doc Sampson is in the chat. Good to have you here. Donnie Herbert, also glad that you are in the chat and everything. Got a couple questions for y'all from the chat. Hang on. Ingrid wanted to know, Rich, how close to New Jersey?
It's going to be in a place called Stoutburg Village. It's near Schwartzville, Adamstown, Breamstown, something like that. It's right. It's sort of close to Reading and sort of close to Lancaster.
It sounds like you're in a small European, Eastern European country.
Are you moving to Germany?
Yeah, that's. Well, if you see the pictures, you'll.
Having seen the pictures, it totally looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like a small European village. That's exactly.
With Lancaster, that's my people on my mother's side. The Amish are there, so I'm.
Yeah, well, I'm from the Way family, and the Way family are Quakers who used to live in down around Pennsylvania. What's the word? What's the place that we went to? That town.
Town.
I'll think. But I could pretty much trace my lineage back to a place where they used to have they had a civil Revolutionary War battle right on Route 1. If I think about it, I'll tell you.
Brandywine?
No, not Brandywine. It's close to Chester or Westchester.
All right,
I'll have to look it up.
Ingrid, I hope that answered your question. Also be thankful that Rich does not write for Google Maps. Anyway, so it's somewhere close to the Dead Skunk and Lancaster next to the schnitzel store. And yeah, anyways.
It's near that place where that thing happened 250 years ago.
That's right. And the kid in the Camaro with the Bondo bumper knocked over the sign. So, Doc Sampson, Brian did not join us today. We were hoping that we would lower our average age if he showed up, but he did not. So he might show up a little later. So, all right, let's head up to the Great White North. Gil, what is going on? Tell us who you are, what you're about.
Okay, who I am? Me. I'm as Pink Wheels and Teal Wheels as the token late ladies. I'm the token lady. I'm the token Canadian. So yeah, just sitting around up here watching it snow. And by the way, I really think that all of us who are long time spacers and that, we lost serious cred that Rich said Schwartz and no one did the Spaceballs thing. Nobody. It's pathetic, really, including myself. We really just tear up our cards now.
That's true. We did fail in that.
Yeah. Personally, I'm disappointed. There will be tears tonight. Hoser. Hey, that's Dr. Hoser. I didn't spend 7 years in Hoser school just to be called Hoser. So yeah, building. Yeah, I generally build space, have for years, but then last couple of years been sort of branching out into Classic Town and stuff like that. So slowly picking away. Actually, probably now that I can actually move this camera. Let's see. So that's sort of that's Space Police 2 base and Space Police 1 ship. The blimp that falls apart if you look at it sideways. And for data, actually, there's a whole bunch of Blacktron 2 stuff all up there.
Ooh, that's gonna be this. That's what this week is all about.
Yeah. Ooh. So yeah. So anyway, there's kind of do that. I don't. I tend to build really slow. So yeah, I'm sort of it goes with me, sort of slow and ponderous and not very effective. So that's me.
Well, when you said the blimp that falls apart, that as a kind of a sensitive fat guy growing up in high school, that was my nickname. Thank you very much. So,
Well, Greg,
that's what you signed your yearbook as. Yes.
Greg,
that's right. That's right.
You're selling yourself short. You didn't even mention what I think is really something that you bring to the table that I don't have, which is photography.
Yes, true. Yes, that's true. That's actually been a recent hobby, and it's kind of goes across like sort of all toy lines and Lego as well. But with Lego, it's a little more difficult. It's sort of like coming along slower than the other stuff, mostly because if you guys are ever out there, if you ever want to see someone what they can really do with Lego, Shelly Corbett on Instagram. She's actually a tourism photographer, and when the world fell apart, she obviously couldn't do her job going out and taking nice pictures of different places. So she took minifigures and she took them around the house, and she traveled with the figures. So she has them in all these different scenarios all over the place, and they're great. Like she has them in like a broccoli forest. She has them in a, all these sort of things which look like you think like, that's kind of lame. But because she's such a excellent photographer, it's really good. So, and it's kind of one of those things that's sort of got a cross appeal. It appeals to the Lego nerds, but also it appeals to people who just like really cool, fun photography. So
hey, show me that again, Natalie. I saw it on the screen. Can you put that back up there?
What's her name again?
Shelly Corbett.
Shelly.
Yeah, it's all. Oh, that is creepy. That's like Gordo from Mortal Kombat.
It's a friend's tree.
Oh, there it is.
I was thinking human centipede, but
yeah, it's a frenipede.
We don't talk about that.
Frenipede, yeah. So I put some stuff in chat. If you want to go back and look at the chat, there's some answers.
Yeah, there's all right. Hey, Gil, if you they want to find you where you roll mostly on still on the Flickrs, right?
No, I only post a Flickr just as a warehouse of stuff, but mostly I'm on Instagram as Tora Nerd, Tora Nerd.
We all know how to spell that. It was chiseled in our backs in high school. Anyway, so yeah, that's awesome. Gil is somebody who's been a Lego fan with us, me and Mark, for a long time, and so it's always good to have him here, even though he is Canadian. So let's move on to Dana. Mark's not at his station, so Dana, what's going on in your world, man?
I will zoom in here. So as we were talking earlier, Lego VIP weekend. So I went, and I've been referring to myself lately when it comes to like double point weekends or giveaway with purchase, that I've been being what I like to call a basic A-full, because I'm buying just what I need to buy to get the GWP. So this last weekend, to get the storybook, or I guess this weekend, to get the Dickens storybook, which really looks like a really cool set. I'm gonna have to fight with my wife to want to build this, because she's one of those, no, we got to keep it in the box kind of women, and I'm like, no, we got to break it out and play with it. So
oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, I know. So
the Dickens, you say?
The Dickens. So good Scrooge reference, by the way.
Thank you very much. Nobody gets me.
Yeah. So I may wind up having to spend some more money next weekend, and it was great to hear from James at the Sugarloaf Mill store that they will have more of these, because they only allocated so many for this weekend and more for next weekend. So maybe I can get another one of these next week, and that way my wife will still be happy and I can build one. And then also the teal brick. I know I've got the red brick down the basement. Matthew sold his. I think they're cool, but I still find this whole packaging weird.
That is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's like it's Lego packaged, but it's like they phoned it in. So kind of weird. But again, I may hold on to this. Who knows? The instructions are available. But back to my, I was a basic A-full this weekend. The only thing I purchased yesterday was the haunted house.
Ooh.
Which I've been wanting to build this because it just looks cool. Supposedly, if you sand the Technic pins it gives it a little more smooth move up and down. So we'll see how that goes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Basically,
innuendos,
it's even
Chris. These are legitimate comments. There are no innuendos.
You said smooth move, and that is what you say.
And moving it up
Anyway.
and down.
Hey man, Chris, at the beginning of this, in that one sentence, you said bowels 3 times, back door twice, and also brown twice. It's all in the same monologue. You've got like the whole world is your glass.
It's teeing it up, man, and y'all don't take the swing. I can't do anything about it. You know what?
Yep. Thanks for taking us down that path.
But you know, if you pointed it out, you wouldn't be stepping.
There you go, right?
Exactly. Innuendo bingo. I think we could play that. So who I am, what I am, I am the Lego ambassador for Peach Lug, aka alias used to be known as Dixie Lug here in the Atlanta area. I came out of my dark ages about 6 years ago, thanks to Matthew. Meeting him, met the Lego group here in Atlanta. Subsequently met Mark and Chris, and boom, now I'm doing this with you guys.
Yeah, you were fool enough to take the ambassador. I mean, gracious enough to take the ambassador job.
Yeah, in our group, yeah, exactly. I also like to refer to being a Lego ambassador as AKA herding cats is probably the best description. Much like Chris and Mark and all of those who are us on Old Grey Bricks, I'm a huge Lego classic space fan. As you can see along the back wall here, I have several space sets. Not to be confused with Dave Cowdike, who probably rivals or beats me on as far as a number of sets.
I think that's probably the only person.
Well, he might. No. There's a few others out there, but Dave is definitely. What's that?
Yeah.
There's a few. There are a few.
Just a few.
I think there's a small group of us who meet biannually in a small grove in the Netherlands, who have all acquired all the classic space sets. It's by invitation only. It's very,
robes are.
I'm not even really supposed to talk about it. I'm probably sure that the secret police are coming to take me away because I'm talking about it. But as far as what I've been building lately, it's November. So if you've been building your Vic Vipers, if you're a fan of the classic space fan line, both Mark and Chris are my role models, my idols, and my inspiration for a lot of things. So when I see them building something and I'm like, ooh, I gotta build that too. So they both did a Vic Viper earlier in the month, and so I had to make my own contribution to the Vic Viper squad for this year. These nice big 16 by 4 quarter panels or wedge plates, or what I think is what they call them. Mark hooked me up with some of these, and so I wanted to use them, and I really been wanting to do something where I could use them on both sides. And so I thought the Vic Viper was a good place to try that out, and a little snot work to get them to fit and then also connect to the back section for the engines was a lot of fun to try and figure out, and I was really happy with it. Baron von Baron with that. Yeah, actually, my one of my pseudonyms is Baron von Knutzen. So just thanks for bringing that up, and I can make a comment for that. What I'm working on lately, if you can see the build table here is not a build table today; it's a sort table. I have been subcontracted out, I would say is what I call it, to sort about 40 gallons worth of collectible minifigures. Yeah, so it's been entertaining. Well, I was down to needing 5 minifigures to complete everything from Series 1 to Series 20, minus the Great Britain Olympic team, minus the Germany soccer team, and minus Mr. Gold. So I'm down to missing the hair from the mermaid, and I will have the complete series, which is kind of a nice little bucket list check that I'll be able to do. What I'm going to do with them all, I haven't decided yet, because I now need to find a cool thing to do with them. And I might, once I'm done doing your classic or Lego Space of the week or Lego Space of the day, I might go to minifigures. Who knows? We'll see. Or I might do them both. We'll see. So today I'm sorting torsos for collectible minifigures by color and then matching them up so I can put them together in bags to rebuild those minifigures back to their glory. So That's about all I got going on, Chris. Back to you in the studio, and maybe we can find out what Mark's doing.
All right, Mark, what is up, man?
Hey, I am building a classic Exoforce mech for Paul because I had some of these parts lying around. So I thought I'd build.
I've got that one. Nice.
Yeah. This was way before his time, but I thought he would enjoy playing with it. So I'm almost finished with it. But yeah, that's what I was working on right now. And here's Small Paul. Small Paul. Damn. Okay.
Hey, I also see that Viper on the back corner of your table there.
Yeah. I have a Vic Viper here. And hey, Paul, come here.
What?
Here, Mr. Chris wants to see this. Show him that.
Oh, that is perfect. The pink and the gray.
What is the number for DFAX? I need to call DFAX.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this better?
No, that's absolutely worse.
Oh, I like that. That's
The pink
nice.
and the gray.
I think the pink body and gray hands. It's very classic.
It's
so,
not garish, but
it just says
I'm gonna have to make some.
it says
Are the
elephant in a tutu to me. And I
Are the
love it.
hands pink because they took off their gloves in space and now their hands are turning bright pink from the cold?
it also looks like those gloves my mom used to clean the kitchen with. You know, those little pink, whatever they were. Anyway,
Pretty yellow.
Dexter's Lab's mom.
do it.
Dexter's Lab's.
Oh yeah,
mom.
that's right. She wore those pink
Show
gloves.
Dexter's Lab.
That's right. She did. All right. I saw Bricksmith slide in, and then he slid back out, and then I saw his son slide by. But he is at home with some company. I don't know if he'll
I just want to say this.
you
If
got the
you've got
camera on, so maybe he's
Exoforce
coming.
robots that you don't care about and want to donate to a good cause, please bring them to Brick Fair, Virginia, and I will happily take them all off your hands.
That's right. Let's see. Let's go back. By the way, Mark wasn't finished. He disgusted me with the abomination of minifig hands there. So you're going to show us your Vic Viper. We can start talking about what we built during COVID as we go around as well a little bit more.
Yeah. So I built a Vic Viper for the November challenge. So this is my Vic Viper. It's got the large rail guns that I built in there. Pew pew. It's got the thruster spacey stuff going on there. A little bit of greebles. Not much greebles. I tried to make this one sort of smooth. So yeah, it looks like a speedy space fighter. Yeah.
Oh, Magnus in the chat. What's up, Magnus?
So yeah, I built that, and actually, the last couple of days since Paul's been here, we built a Christmas gingerbread house with Christmas Chewy.
Woo!
So, oh, you found Santa? Okay, well, you better bring him over here. You found Santa in a bin to add to the gingerbread.
I really enjoyed the little sound effects and the background music there. That was amazing.
Yeah. All right, bring him on, buddy.
I just want to say that I'm very impressed with Small Paul's branding. His future
Right.
marketing.
Yeah. This is Santa is bringing someone a show him what Santa's got. He's got a Tommy gun.
An automatic weapon?
This is one.
Yeah, that's for the bad kids.
It is America.
Another Scrooge reference.
It's getting rough in the suburbs where he's got to deliver all his gifts, so got to come
That's right.
back in heat.
Okay, everybody's talking at once, so nobody heard my Scrooged reference.
I did.
This Santa goes through the front door.
This is one Santa is going through the front door.
Lee Majors.
Yeah,
That's a great movie.
Oh wait, so segue. Don't mean to steal the thunder for this, but just a segue. So I was doing some things, and I ran across that there's a movie coming out called Fat Man.
Dude, that looks awesome.
It's Mel Gibson, and he's either hunting or protecting Santa Claus, a la Lee Majors in Scrooged. So,
Lee Majors, awesome.
Oh man.
No, from what I the trailer looked like Mel Gibson is Santa Claus.
I think that might be it. That might be it. Yeah, and he's having to ward off some kid who got screwed over on Christmas, who's out to get him.
Oh,
And so
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
excited
great.
to watch it. Back to you. I'm
Put it on the
sorry.
list. Put it on the list.
Yeah, I will say that the movie Scrooge is actually my favorite Christmas movie, other than Muppet Christmas Carol. I think I saw Scrooge when I was a senior in high school, and we all went, like all my buds, and we all took a trip to go see Scrooge and everything. And it didn't do well. It got reviewed poorly and everything. It is literally one of the best Christmas movies ever. I love that movie, and I actually, when that kid talks at the end and you know it's coming, I will blubber up like my belly full of blubber. Anyway, but I get emotional at that little kid every time. I love that movie. It's so funny.
I've never seen it. It's on my list of things that I want to watch, and I just never have.
Never invite this man back again. Never invite him back.
So my favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Well, see, National Lampoon's.
He's got to prove that he's watched it before he's invited back.
I've never seen it either.
What?
What did you? Whoa. Hang on, I didn't hear that. What did you say?
I don't think I've seen it.
Elf.
Oh no, Elf is up there. I love Elf.
I was gonna say that's what I'm saying. You sit on a throne of lies.
But Dana said Matt said he never seen it either.
I don't think I've seen it.
You've never seen Scrooged?
If I do, I don't remember it clearly.
Okay, everybody, into the screen. Give Matt as much what you can over the glasses. Let's go.
What are you doing?
Yeah, Elf is one of my favorites. Yeah, I do like the original Santa Claus. I will tell you something though. My wife was watching a Hallmark movie today, and as I was leaving as quick as I could from the room, I turned and I looked, and the lady playing Mrs. Claus in Santa Claus 2 was the girl in the show. I'm like, and immediately my brain went, why is Mrs. Claus cheating on Santa Claus? That's not right. And I told that to my wife. She goes, I know, I'm trying to not notice, but anyway.
By the way, all those Hallmark movies, they're like 90% of them are shot in this little town. You know my buddy Ted Chris, the Reverend, right? So they're shot in his town. They have a population of about like 2,000 people or something. But for some reason, Hallmark's like, hey, this is it. This is Christmas Town, right? And they shoot them all there all the time. It's really weird.
My wife wants us to go there for Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, she wants us to go to that town for Christmas one year.
Well, it's North Bay, Ontario. So enjoy to go there. You got your beer store, you got your liquor store, you got your fishing lures, and the convenience store.
Yeah, she just wants it to be snowing and Christmassy, and
No, is there a way we can like get an arsonist for this town to improve things? I don't know. It also gets
Santa's on fire this year on today's Hallmark movie.
The thing that I can't stand is when there's no snow and they obviously put the fake snow out. I'm like, come on, just don't put it out.
Do you know what bugs me is when you look close at National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? Like that's like the hug of the year. But you look really close at that, especially when he's trapped up top, or even he's like hanging like the lights, and it's all fake snow. Like you can just, if you look close, you can really tell. And I mean, the minute I started noticing that, a little part inside of me died. Like,
well, you need to understand this, Greg.
But you didn't just go under the assumption that none of the snow was real in the first place, like I did. No snow is real. All Hollywood is CG, all of it.
Yeah, but you guys got to understand
the difference.
Having lived in the western suburbs of Chicago, the snow does look fake, and it's actually very accurate. I hate to bust your suspension of belief bubble, but no, that inaccurate snow, that is Midwestern's crappy snow.
Yeah, and that wasn't CG because that movie's from 1989.
Yeah, and then the snow at least the snow on the sledding scene is in Breckenridge, Colorado, so that's completely accurate snow.
Yeah,
but
that
the
you can tell.
soundstage in LA, it's the same soundstage where they do the Lethal Weapon house is like 2 doors down from that. The same backlot, whatever soundstage, whatever location.
Yeah,
but it's real fake.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Midwestern snow at that time of year does look fake, so it's still accurate for me.
Well, and
New York snow, if we had it before Christmas or at Christmas, it's usually half melty, then it's frozen over again, and then it's muddy from where it's been
If anything, the fact that it looks fake, the fact that it's not brown along the streets is probably more accurate than anything.
yeah, red Georgia clay and snow mix is a very interesting thing. So, but in Georgia, it doesn't look like real snow unless there's the hazard flashers from the Camaro that is stuck in the ditch shining through it. So.
Don't you mean the pile of Camaros?
Yeah, or the El Camino, right? You know.
Well, for you guys, if you saw my Instagram this morning, we got like
It's
I
pretty.
don't know, about 5 inches or so. Yeah, and it's still snowing. Yeah, and of course, you know, with my car being totally useless in the snow without snow tires, because I have summer tires on as well. What was I doing for the first part of this morning? Injuring my hand, putting on the snow tires.
Carpal tunnel is a serious issue. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. Look at that. There's Gil's backyard, right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
That's awesome.
I wish I was there. I missed it.
What did we do yesterday? You don't remember what we did yesterday afternoon? Yeah, we were swimming.
Swimming. Oh man.
Gil, tell me you at least put like lights on those trees in the backyard there.
Yeah, they will be. Yeah, like right now, I was upsetting Mark earlier this week saying that we put up tree 3 of 4 or 5. I don't know, I can't remember what it is. The girls are Christmas nuts this year. It's like, you know what, run with it. You know, for this year, go crazy. You know,
there were people basically on November 1st putting up Christmas trees and decorations this year. So
we did. We got ours up. So
yeah.
On the
One of
first.
our neighbors still has his Halloween decorations up, and I love it. I'm so glad I'm being a rebel like that.
You just layer them over top.
Yeah. If I could, I would have the Halloween decorations up after I put the Christmas decorations up. But unfortunately, this year there are neither decorations up at our house.
Well, I literally just carried in the giant. I just carried our giant skeleton into the basement right before the show.
Should just put lights on him.
Just put a Sandler costume on him.
I'm bringing the Christmas decorations up, so it's just a conveyor belt. You know, it's like,
hey, I wish there's only been one time that I've ever had in Georgia snow before Christmas, and we had it right the first year we moved down here to Kennesaw, and we had Snowmageddon, which was what we call every snow down here. But this was the best thing ever. The Christmas lights in my yard, buried under the snow. It was so great.
That's awesome.
That's actually a fair amount of snow.
Yeah,
it was 7-8 inches, something like that.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Do what?
What year was that?
That was 20. Hang on, look at the. I closed the window. That was 2016, 2017. We had a big snow right before Christmas.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I guess we did get some bad snow that year. All I remember is that in 2010 we moved back from Chicago to Georgia, and my mother-in-law's boyfriend was helping me pack up the garage and the truck, and he hands me the snow shovel, and I'm like, yeah, I'm moving back to Georgia. I'm not going to need it. And literally, it was the first Christmas in like 100 years that it snowed on Christmas Day in Georgia.
Yeah, that was 2011. Was that 2011?
I thought it was 2010.
2010. Jake was 5. That's right. And and of course it snows on Christmas Day, and now Jake, for a few years after that, Jake was 5. He's like, "Where's it's going to snow?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm 45. Your great grandpa is 99, and neither one of us have ever seen it snow on Christmas before."
It was a Christmas miracle. Yeah.
Hey, put me on the screen for a moment.
All right.
Did you take all those, Matt?
So in 2011, it snowed in Georgia enough that everything was closed for 2 days. So I set up all of my Star Wars Hofstad backyard.
That's awesome.
I called it Hoplanta, and it actually got picked up on CNN's iReport, and 50,000 people looked at the pictures of my backyard.
That's great. Sweet. That's so cool. That's awesome.
Well done.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Cool. I tell you, like for the photography stuff, like the winter time is a blast. I love it. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Oh, hey, I'll share this. I didn't. Oh, I'm gonna take you off the big screen there. Let me share one more thing. We made this one of our mini snowmageddons that we have here in the South.
Great. He should stand there, and you can just set him up there.
I made this.
And you got all that stuff that's spread. Some of that up because if Sunny comes
There
down,
you go.
That's awesome.
You have to try and figure out a way to clean up some of that.
What am I cleaning up, Mark?
Mark, are you talking to me? I feel like I need to start cleaning something up. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was using the dad voice because Paul's like, I'm bored, I'm going upstairs, and there's Lego spread all over the floor.
Well, because you use the dad voice, I'm like, what am I cleaning up? You want me to
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Telling Chris to clean up his language. Clean it up,
right.
mister.
No, it's since we have the dog, you can't leave small plastic items on the floor. Because it happened in the living room yesterday. We go in the living room, and I see the dog chewing, and I get up to go, and the dog starts chewing faster. Like, it's like orange plastic, and I don't know if it was Lego or a piece from a Transformer or who knows what. Just a little wad of orange plastic by the time I got there. So
Cats. This is why you need cats.
no,
Actually, no, that's just as bad. No.
Oh, that's not true. You get snow in Las Vegas. I used to live in Las Vegas in the late '70s, and there's been snow in Las Vegas. Absolutely downtown.
Well,
Las Vegas
last
snow.
year with a razor blade. All right, maybe too much of a reference. Minifigure collector, I did ask for support for. You asked the question, did Lug support for the beginning of January or beginning of 2021? I did, but I referenced a comment that I'm not sure how much we're going to get to do. So who knows whether we'll get actual Lug support in early 2021. We did get everything for 2020, which was nice, and we've been giving it away through virtual meetings. So we'll see.
All right. So talking about 2020, we one of the things we started we would talk about as a group is hey Anna family, how are you? Welcome. We were talking about I've actually done a decent amount of building since COVID. It was kind of interesting on our show about what we're thankful for a couple of weeks ago or a couple of days ago. We were all like, you know what? This has all been kind of junk, but I've gotten some sorting done. We've kind of created this channel and reconnected with old friends, local friends, and we've gotten a lot of sort and a lot of building done and everything. So, wait a minute. I don't know if Bricksmith is aware, but if he knew how to unmute, it would be the best. Maybe he does. How you doing, bud?
Push the microphone button.
I think well, we can talk for them. Hey, look, I'm on the internet. Oh, there's a little hand over there. Look at that. It's like children in an aquarium, and we're watching them swim around.
I kind of hope they figure it out. So finally, we have an adult from that channel talking.
Well, I see an adult trying to sneak under and turn things or do something. Oh,
we
right,
go.
we got sound.
That's it.
Hello.
No children. Quick, busted. Busted.
Stop touching.
Yes, we see you.
Hello.
That's all we're getting.
I just want Bricksmith that comes charging through like Thor's hammer through the Avengers helicarrier, going. Ah! All right. Well, anyway, so we have gotten actually a little bit of Lego done, and so some of
You can't turn them off.
That's right. If I need to, I can. But I know we've got a lot of build and we've got a lot of build time in. Anyway, so if you're new to our show and everything, we are if we are, you may not have seen some of our builds, so we got a few extra eyes on our channel today, and so we wanted to share some of the maybe some of the builds that we've done over the COVID season and everything. So if you just want to share, or maybe just tell us something you accomplished during this, I mean, we made the best of the time. And it was a blessing to actually talk about on our last show about the positives out of all this negative that's going on. So, but anyway, I don't know if she's ready. I would really like for this crowd to see Meredith and Natalie's ship. Is that available?
It's available. Can I hold it with my phone so it's easier to get closer up shot? All right, I'm gonna leave.
All right, we'll keep the light on for you. Anyway, I would say, Rich, you can show us, but you know, you don't have any Lego in your house.
Well,
anymore,
I put my Flickr address up on the chat earlier on YouTube and my Instagram, and
Okay.
if I need to put it back up there, I will. But you can see kind of what's been going on with me through my Instagram, my Flickr, and I want to say that if things are going to go right, and I believe they are, that I'll start creating some YouTube content to take you all on my journey of putting my new thing together, my new life in Pennsylvania. So try to look for me in January, and hopefully you'll get to see all that's happening with me, and it'll be
Adrian Brick.
Instagram and YouTube and Flickr as well as YouTube.
Oh, what possibly is the actual Bricksmith is showing a
Snow in Las Vegas. See, I told you. I was there at least once.
Did you take that, Bricksmith? You Googled it? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody did. Somebody took it.
You're on, by the way, Bricksmith. So.
Yeah.
There's snow.
It was either 79 or 80 that there was snow in Las Vegas.
All right. Oh, Pink Wheels was joining, but then she dropped right back out. She's going to show us her bills and everything. Bricksmith, we hadn't heard from. Oh no, he left. We hadn't heard from you. What's going on in your world, real quick?
Oh, I built a duck.
Wow, a duck. Oh,
I saw the duck. It was great. It's a great duck.
I always wanted to know what it would be like to see a blue duck.
I like that a lot, actually.
does she say the same as a duck?
Is it a Trojan duck?
That was too easy. I'm not saying anything. Hey, go ahead.
It's full of Greeks.
That was creepy.
This is my duck. There are many
That's
like
awesome.
it, but this one is mine.
So, what's going on in your world today, man?
Oh, I got family visiting, as you saw, and then I got I'm doing the great sort. This is what I got left of Brick Jams' bulk to go through.
Okay, you got.
These are facts. These are facts. Facts. So yeah, I'm working on that bulk. This is as far as we've gotten on the Saturn V on Wednesday nights.
So describe what you're
Got
doing
this
on
part,
Wednesday
that
nights,
part
because
now?
I'm sorry that I have not tuned in myself. But
Oh, I'm not mad. No, you're good.
It's a little liquid oxygen. No
give us a
problem.
description of what you're doing on Wednesday nights, because it's a group build. Like you're all building the same set at the same time. Do you call out you're flipping the page?
Correct.
Do you call out like you're flipping the page? What number are you on?
No. What he does is we myself and Zbricks, because no one on earth has a Saturn V and wants to play with us. That's fine. Right. Well, he tore his down just to build it again with me. So I do. We're doing Lego's Ultimate Build.
Okay.
That's the name of the show. We're going through and we're building sets that people have said or we have heard are awesome and phenomenal. And we're just going to keep. Next one is this one here. Once we get done with what we do is we open the bags and banter.
Sounds familiar.
And this will be the next build.
Have you done the Mustang yet?
Yeah. We have not done the Mustang. Actually, it's
put it
not,
on
I
the
don't even
list.
think it's on the list yet.
I'm
But
saying
that's
put it
not
on
to
the
say we
list. Put it
wouldn't
on the
do it
list.
though. Okay. I'll let my man know. Keith
But-
runs the show. It's on my channel. And then at some point we're
Hit
going to
me
do
up
this
when you hit
bad
the
boy
tree
right here.
house.
The tree.
And I'll train with you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Who's that, AJ? All right. And nothing says you got to be there every week to do it. Like we're on week 5 of the Saturn 5. I'm ready to move on. I enjoy the build, but I'm one of those that wants to devour it.
Yeah.
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 It's hard.
I'm a
It's hard to slow
devourer
down
of
and
set.
enjoy how intricately built that Saturn V is. You just want to run right through it, but it's amazing.
It's a gorgeous build.
Well, have you gotten to the step that's just one brown plate? It's so funny to me. You're going through and you're chunking bricks and all these techniques, and then like step 158, one brown plate, and then you switch bags. You go on.
The best part about that was what up, Holland and Ballin'?
The
best part about that step was Keith was like, it's about to be, I don't know what in the hell's happening. Keith was like, oh, wait till you get to 158. It's the best step of the whole thing. And I got there and I was like, wait, what? I'm at 59. So,
But as Chris has pointed out, the Saturn V is a master class in snot.
It is a master class, and it also just made me feel like I'm like, number one, I'm like, who was able to think this through to make this work? And number two, I did not know you could do this, and I feel like a rank amateur like I've never built. So.
I think almost. I'm sure quite a few of us felt just like you. I know I did. That I was like, well, I knew some of this could be done, but it didn't quite formulate in my brain the way that they did it. It's like, oh yeah, I guess I knew that. Sure, I did.
It's a mind-blowing set.
The one step where you actually turn the pieces, the 1x1 round with the bar on the end, you actually turn those and then smash them down. I'm like, y'all just did that to show off. Y'all didn't have to do that. You just did that to show off. That's like it.
All right, dude, go to Pink Wheels.
Yeah. There it is. All right, let's go to Meredith here. Here we go.
Yeah.
If you are just joining us, you need to see this mock that they've done during COVID. All right, there we go.
They got all the sales now. Yes.
Yes.
There she is. There she
Are y'all
goes.
done interior and exterior?
Interior is still kind of a thing, but I kind of ran out of juice.
I got you.
But we can go. We can go.
Yeah.
We got the.
I hate that you haven't put all the detail on that.
Yeah.
With the railing. Okay, hold on a second. Let's pop her out here. Boop.
Oh, interior.
Sorry, my finger's in the way. There we go. So there's some interior down there.
Oh, that lady's dead.
Yeah, it's dead. There's the captain's quarters. Hold on, let me see. Now you're gonna have to bump back, honey bunny. I can't get stuff off with you there, sweet pea. Get this one off.
She's just excited to show it off.
Oh wow.
The captain's quarter. Kind of still need some beds. I don't know what happened to the beds. That's about it for now. But the bed's right here. I don't know why the bed's up there.
You put it up there.
Okay, well apparently they're relaxing on the. There we go. Now it's back in the captain's quarters. So, and here the best part. I think the best part.
That's the poop deck, by the way.
Poop deck.
Is the poop deck what I think it is?
We went a little flamboyant.
Maybe.
And there she blows.
Yeah, tell them a little bit about the inspiration and where it came from, and everything like that.
Nat, you gotta get out of the way, babe. Out of the way, babe. I know. Hey, Natalie, what's the name of the ship? So we are in love with the pink. Here, I'll turn it back ways this way. The pink narwhals from Friends. So we decided if we're gonna make a ship with Friends, we gotta put a pink flying narwhal in the front, and that's where it came. And then we're like, oh, these dots look like little little fins, or not fins, little scales. So we tried to do a lot of dots, a lot of dot orders because I was told I was not allowed to use Natalie's dots. So
I love the coral handrails, guardrails.
I'm trying to think, coral. So then,
awesome.
a lot of the new dot pieces, like the translucent 1x1s with the little glitter in there, and the pearl pieces. Yeah, got a little fun with a new gold leaf. You know, because I have gold leaf on it, right? It's a ship.
You got it. It's got to be gilded.
So
I love the wheels. I like how the wings are gilded.
Probably. We started that. When did we start this, Natalie?
That's my full name.
We started this probably a few weeks before or after COVID, and we finished it, at least the main body of it, we finished probably about a month ago. So there she blows.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been fun to watch you guys come up and finish that on our channel, and it's been an honor to watch y'all build it. It is an amazing thing. Yeah, and it's getting a lot of love in the chat too. So yeah, that it is brilliant. So for them to find you, where would they find pictures of this more?
Mother of Wagons.
Mother of Wagons is her Instagram.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Is it Mother of Station Wagons or just
wagons? Whatever wagon you like. Station wagons, horse wagons.
There's almost a Kill Bill reference here, but I'm gonna omit it.
It's okay.
Chuck wagon, beer wagon.
Yes. Wagons. Hey, I'm gonna get back on the computer, so.
All right. I've got one of it. There you go. She logged back out. All right. Who else would like to show up? I love that ship. They've been amazing. It's been fun to see her and the little one build that together, and with a lot of skill. And Natalie has put as much into it as Mom has, so that's good to see them build together.
Yeah, she did all the interior. She did all the interior. So
that's
all
amazing.
The furniture, the beds, because I didn't show you the crew. The crew also has their mess hall, and she did a really great job. It's just hard to get to, but the crew area down below where there was a lady down there dying, that was all of her bunk beds, made bunk beds, right? And they, of course, because it's Friends, they all have pets down there, so she had to make pet beds.
So the dog was chewing on the dead friend that was laying in the hole. Is that the deal?
Fox. She has a pet Friends fox down there. You know.
The fox was chewing on the dead friend laying in the hole.
Probably.
That's awesome. Why do they got to be tied? Why can't they just be taking a nap?
I don't know.
I just want to know. Friends want to know. Friends are concerned about friends.
Friends, don't let friends die on a ship and get devoured by a fox.
By a fox, yeah, or a narwhal, whichever comes first.
So that was our great COVID build.
Yeah, rabies are not a problem if you're dead, just FYI. So that's all right. Anybody else want to share their build? I'll share one in a minute.
Just one more snapshot. That whole idea to build a pirate ship for Friends using a narwhal as the front was Natalie's idea.
No, you was your idea.
We got the idea to build the pirate ship, and I just said we got to put the narwhal in the front. Anyways, it was a mutual.
You said you said we should build a state. We should build a ship.
Yeah, well, one of us came up with half of it. It was a co-authored idea.
And I believe that the peanut gallery asked if you could put thrusters on the side of that thing to make it a space.
Yeah. I built a thruster, trying to figure out how do you get around all the snot work that's precariously snotted to the side of it. Yeah, to attach said thruster.
It would be an airship from Final Fantasy then.
Basically.
Yeah. Maybe.
If there's a werefox, then it'll be werefox Andrea.
Well,
in the old.
Next build we want to do, and I still want to do it. I want to make a Paradisia starship.
Go for it.
As long as the minifigures are like mashed up.
The minifigures have to be legit Paradisia.
They gotta be mashed up.
No.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be in their swimsuits.
Well, because
Paradisia legs
says mash up.
and you got to use the big bubble, like for the squirrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if
big bubble for the helmet?
What if the Paradisa spaceship is landing on the Friends planet and the Friends are there, and they look different?
I'll take over. Be right back. My MacBook needs the power cord.
All right. Anybody else want to share? I know, Sandlin, you shared your Vic Viper, but
we need to see Stanley's bigger spaceship.
That's right. Stop playing with the planet and
follow your own planet.
That's right.
Yeah, well, I got a few things I can show. I built some mechs in recent months. So here's a classic spacey one that I did. Space. And then I built that one, and then I thought, well, why not make an M-Tron version? With the M-Tron magnet, so you can do that with the crate. And then,
I need one of those.
We started talking about the solar power transporter after Dana showed it on set of the week, and I made a solar power transporter mech with the solar power bits on the back of it there.
Spacey.
And finally, I did a ice planety one.
Ice.
That one's all ice planet-tastic. So yeah, that's something that I did kind of. I had built the first two back in August and September, and then Simon Lou started talking about doing Mechtober. And so I built last two of them to finish out Mechtober. And Chris is talking about the big spaceship I built, so hang on one second. I got to go pick it up.
Look at that professional lighting. And
okay, here is my big spaceship.
Spaceship.
There's the captain with his pilot there in the front of the spaceship. There's some greebly action going on there. Greebles.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. The Fustas in there.
Fustas.
Landing gears, which I always enjoy having on a spaceship. You got to put those little flappies out there and landing.
I like that you did that wing structure like a Unitron wing piece.
So
that's cool.
It's got landing gears so it can land, and then it has a ramp that folds out of the back like this.
Sweet.
So with the cargo bay action going on right there. And that's what I built this. I have a rover.
I built this giant spaceship so I could put a ramp on it.
So there's a little rover. You can drive up in there and actually can drive in there with the dude sitting on it, which is always fun when you can make that happen. So he can this is hard to do backwards, by the way. There we go.
It's playability.
Yes. Yeah, I enjoy having working ramps and being able to put the drive the rover up in your spaceship so you can take off and go explore the galaxy. Space.
Take off,
eh? So, yeah, that's I built this big spaceship a while back. Good day, eh? Beauty.
Beauty.
So yeah, this is big spaceship that's fun. I still haven't taken decent photos of it. I have no idea where I'm going to clear enough room in this, enough area in here to take pictures of it, because
maybe it'll snow and you can do it outside.
Through the summer, we moved all of Paul's Lego stuff from his room all the way down to the basement, so all the Lego is contained in one room now. But that also means that I lost some of my photo space over there because it's now covered in small pile stuff. So
it's only fair that you should take over some of his bedroom and turn it into a photography space.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's what I was thinking.
It is
Of course. Well, this is not a Star Wars spaceship, so this does in fact have VTOL thrusters on the bottom of it. See there?
That's right. MJ Bricks, it is almost universal for us old spacers is that you got to have landing gear. It's part of the challenge to get the spaceship to actually, sit up on its landing gear and everything like that. So
Or it lands on a rack.
collapse.
Instead of being a rack fighter, that's right, landing on a rack. So yeah, wait, how does that Vic Viper land there, Mark? No, I'm just mine lands on a rack too, so I don't care.
It doesn't land because it's a video game fighter, so it just kind of.
Oh, I got you. Or you lose your third life and it's over with, right?
Yeah. You start the game with the ship already flying, and then you either make it to the end or you get blown up. That's one of the two.
You put a quarter in it, and your ship just appears.
Yeah. It's a Schrodinger spaceship, I think.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Who else wants to show maybe a few of the things you built, shown on the show? All right, Dana, what's going on?
So right before COVID happened, we were supposed to do a train show, NMRA, whatever that acronym is. Happens every year here in Cal Galleria. Dixie Lug / Peach Lug's been doing it for like 10 years or something like that. And so right as we were getting ready to do that, and I had some time, and I got one of these ideas that actually Chris and I were bantering at Brick Fair, Alabama, probably 2017, 2018. And we were joking about that there's no space in the town layouts because it's town. And I thought, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, shouldn't there be like a space suit shop? And he's like, Moonbase Outfitters or something like that. And I was like, I got to do this. And so somewhere along the line, I kind of came up and it finally hit me what it needed to look like. And I gotten enough pieces and I said, all right, I got to do this. So I got to build this. And then right before I got to display it, COVID happened and I never got to take it to put it in the town display. But when we do another display, this is going to go in there. So I present to you the pre-COVID space shop.
Ooh, cool.
So
That is nice.
It's got all the mannequins inside for your different space themes that you need to suit up for your space quest. It's even got skylights up on the top. The interior is not done, and I kind of want to add that in there.
Oh, boo!
I know it's again. It was one of those. Oh, something shiny, and I moved on to a different project. But eventually, there will be some stuff inside. I want to add the Blacktron 2 jetpack section in there. I might even put a little rover up on the second floor. So
need a wall of helmets.
Yeah, a wall of helmets kind of thing. So. That it's going to get additional latitude, but the funny thing is that there's a house divided in our lug as far as interiors go. It's either half the lug does interiors and half the lug doesn't do interiors.
Amen.
If you display these in a big display with a bunch of other people, nobody sees the interiors.
I've heard that before, and I do interiors when I can, as I can. And I think that as you're looking over, as you're gazing past it, your eye does pick up some small features, and you get the feeling that it's inhabited when there's stuff inside.
Exactly. And Rich, to your point, while this was not COVID, it was definitely pre, and I had to point this out. Prior to COVID, I came up with, and I need to redo this for the Moonbase. I did a brew pub.
Yeah, and your eye slides past it. You see the people inside.
You see the people inside.
And it's off good definition here.
You see the brew equipment, and it is.
Yeah,
and I actually have it set up.
I mean, I can't tell you exactly what all the details are, but I can tell you what some of them are.
Right.
And your eye generally tries to discern what that is, and it gives that life to it.
Exactly. So I will eventually do the interior on the space shop somewhere along the lines once my squirrel brain.
I'm going to give you a pass. I'm going to give you a pass for that.
Hey, Dana, while you were feverishly building that, I was feeling bad because I've never contributed to the town. Natalie has contributed to the town. but I've never built anything for the town.
Yeah.
And I know Matthew's still here. He's a fan of like kind of classical architecture. So I thought the town needed a little bit more modern features. And I did not put interior in this. So I built the ugliest Bauhaus style office complex.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's
It's
great.
beautifully ugly.
It's
It's
glorious.
awesome.
I could put an interior. I was building this and then I got the email. I was finishing the top right here. And there was an email saying the event was canceled.
Yeah.
Is that mode?
I've actually been saving
code
photographs to do a series of modernist buildings once
We do. Brian's been doing it more than me, but I definitely want to do Patronus in was it Rio de Janeiro has this, not Rio, I think it's Sao Paulo. I don't know, one of the other bigger cities in Brazil. They have this awesome looking this modern, it wasn't mid-century, it's more 70s building. And that's on the list of mocks to build. But it's like not
There's a bunch of those in Brasilia. They're sort of capital.
Yes.
So Brian has built a huge brutalist building that made my jaw drop, but I don't know if that's convenient.
It's just in a corner right now, but
yeah, I was just
Brutus architecture is very interesting.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing you could do for
Brian
the
needs to get out
interior.
of the wood shop and finish that thing, by the way.
he says he wants to. Actually, he says when it's done, I have to go in and do a lot of the furnishings. Natalie and I have to do the furnishings, and there's a lot of landscaping on the. It's a you know, in your area, Snow Lord, Montreal. They built it for either the Olympics or like the World's Fair. I'm actually, hold on a second. Like battery up here. Do I have a battery?
There's the
Only we need an
Expo.
expert in Canadian tourism.
There's the one they built for 67 Expo, which is the big dome with the hook on the top. Yeah.
It's like it's a bunch of like little apartments that are like.
Oh no, that's called the Habitat.
Yes, Habitat 67. That's it.
Yeah.
So Brian built that in tan, and he's still building it, and he started that before COVID, and it hasn't been added on. And we're supposed to go back and do the interiors of all like this. I don't know how many apartments are in there, but there's a lot of apartments.
Yeah, it's like they made fun of it, saying it looks like it was made for rodents more than people.
There's Natalie's friend space person.
The mobile head is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Ooh, I like it.
I didn't realize that that would go around their noggins. That's awesome.
We have to have short hair on, no long hair, no long hair astronauts.
We could totally do
You know what else?
a Mars attack mock now. Exactly.
For the interiors, there's also what Adam was saying as well, is that if you didn't want to do the interiors at all, like he just puts the rice paper up on the back, on the inside, and then he puts the light behind it, and then it has that cool look.
Yeah.
That's neat for photography. I think if you did that at a show, you would get stoned, and I don't mean the stoned in a bit biblical way.
Bricked. I think the term you're looking for is bricked.
Yeah,
So-
but worse.
So to come back to Counterpoint Rich, I have put things inside my buildings that were designed to get people to comment, and almost no one ever comments. Like one of my buildings, I put ET and R2D2 through the window, and like 3 children noticed that it was ET and R2D2.
Yeah, it's not about the specifics. It's the atmosphere that you create with having things in the
Speaking of atmosphere, I also had a building that was for gentlemen who like other gentlemen.
Sure.
And there was a Mr. Slave in there that nobody noticed.
Again, that's
it
details. That's not. People
did
aren't
have to
supposed
look
to notice the details specifically. They're just supposed to have that feeling that there's a life going on inside. Not that Mr. Slave is having a good time with Mr. Hanky.
It's definitely
On that note,
Harrison,
I gotta go again.
It was designed to
ladies.
contribute atmosphere, though.
See you, Gil. See you,
Thanks
man.
all. Take care.
Later. And then, Chris, just to segue us out of this, I do have one more thing I worked on semi-COVID.
Yeah, hang on. Can I have the phone for half a second? I have to go run. Jake's about to run the rest of the show. The next show will start at 5. So there's 15 more minutes going to go on. I want y'all to talk, and Jake's going to sit in my spot. But let me just go ahead and say that probably the thing I'm proudest, the most proudest thing that I made. Sandler has it on. I made a combo of my 2 favorite things, Classic Space and Spaceman Spiff, and that is on TeePublic. So, and I know Mark also has a TeePublic store. Mine is called Fazoom, and Mark's is called Fleebnork and everything. So if you, I literally hand drew that, scanned it in, and colored it in the Photoshops, and I thank you guys for wearing it. And Jake's gonna. I was so worried we were gonna look like a cult, and yeah, we do. Anyway, so but anyway, if you all enjoy that, I'd love it. I don't get a bunch of money. I don't care about that, but it's just 2 loves kind of smashed together, and it was a morning of inspiration and an afternoon of drawing and scanning and everything like that. So that's one of the things I've made and everything. So I'm going to scoot. Jake's going to run the show, and thank y'all for joining us. But stay on. We got 15 more minutes here, and then the next show I'll just put in the chat. It's for Bluegrass Bricks, spell an X. So make sure you join the next chat. I appreciate you guys being here. Y'all continue to show off your stuff. I'm out, but Jake is going to be taking over.
Bye. Bye, Chris.
Bye-bye.
So I was going to say to Matthew, even if you put something like in the windows of your town, buildings, whatever, I always think it's a success if any, kid or person or whatever sees the reference. If one person sees it, you've succeeded.
Yeah,
that's
fair. That's fair.
And if 3 people see it, then that's amazing. That's like, hey, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I try to make sure that my buildings out on a display are close enough to the edge where I'm already patrolling and monitoring to tell kids not to touch, so that I can lift the building open and show inside what's going on, especially if somebody's interested.
Yeah, if it's possible to actually get to it to do that, because like the interior of the brewery, as a home brewer, I know all the steps that have to happen to be in there. I mean, it's got a grinder, it's got an auger to get the grain to the mash tun, to the brutes, to the fermentation tanks and the whole thing. And I actually had one person at a show look inside the windows and go, "That looks just like the inside of a brewery." And I was like,
"Well, yeah,
success." So I felt good about it. So that's all it takes is just one person, just one.
So my last work that I was working on just before COVID caused me to have to move was my Red Onion Grill, and it had already been put together and rebuilt again. But when I had an opportunity to get rid of a few buildings and break them down, I was able to take one of the previous buildings and expand that one out to give myself a little more room to add things. So the restaurant has a lot more of the things that it's supposed to have, not just the grill and a refrigerator and some cabinetry and dishwashing area, but it also gained an ice machine beverage stand. So, that's in there. And I get to expand my bathroom a little bit in the first floor and some more seating. So having that kind of realism to me is, I don't care if anybody sees it, really. I know it's there. I know it's supposed to work. I know my minifig can go in and actually live in that space and get a Coke from the machine. That's all that counts.
Yeah, I mean, because exactly inside the brewery, because the brewery is one half of the building and then the brew pub is the other half. And there's a little sign inside that actually has, it's the chalkboard, and it lists the names of the beers that are on tap. And
that's my favorite part of your build.
What's that?
That's my favorite part of your build.
is the chalkboard. And no one will ever see it unless they might glance and see it or see it on a picture. And for me, that was like the part that had to be in there. I mean, regardless if there was any people, there had to be that chalkboard, because if you walk into any brew pub or any place that does that, everything's done on a chalkboard because it's always rotating. And then it's just one of those little details I had to put in there for me if nobody else got to see it.
The other great example I have is I absorbed somebody's collection, and they had a aftermarket Dunkin' Donuts, and they had basically a Baskin Robbins ice cream thing. And so I said, well, he's got two buildings that sort of work, but they really need to be together. So I smooshed them together, and in the process ensured that they had a back processing room where they had a donut machine. I built a donut machine for them so the donuts could boil in the oil and come out on the conveyor. I had a place for the ice cream to be scooped. I made a double carafe coffee maker, drip brew coffee maker.
Because Dunkin' Donuts runs on coffee.
That's right. And a nice rack for all the donuts, donut, 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 another rack, donut, 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 rack, donut, donut, donut. And fairly had it well fitted out. Plus, I had to get some stuff from either Eclipse Graphics or Citizen Brick, the Dunkin' Donuts boxes stuff, so that people could have Dunkin' Donuts cups and case 12 packs of donuts,
Yeah.
to take down the street with them.
So quick shout out to Eclipse Graphics. So Jake, you don't need to zoom in on this, but I did buy this little Eclipse Graphics space graffiti that will go on the back of the space shop.
Yes.
Because it's fitting. I saw it, I'm like, this would be what you would spray paint graffiti on the back of a space shop.
Of course. Beautiful.
So, shout out to Eclipse Graphics. All right, Jake, take me back off. Bricksmith, I love that you are now for Zoom. What's your take?
Well, I figured if Zoom Junior could be for Zoom, well, I'm going to be for
So
Zoom
what's your
too.
take on the, because I know I can't wait because I didn't get to see the Big Pink Castle. I didn't get to see it at 2019. Or 2020. I was there in 2019. I was there in 2019. I was not there in 2020. I did not get to see the Big Pink Castle.
Like,
what is your take on interiors?
I'm glad you asked.
Take off your
Dan.
glasses.
So what I feel and how I feel is this. If it can be seen with the naked eye or backlit, you definitely need to put something in there. If it's not ever seen, don't worry about it.
Amen.
But I personally like the new keep is going to definitely have it where you can see in there a lot better than you could in the old version. And I'm definitely going to have to do something. The idea has been kicked around that the throne will actually be a toilet.
So I have one building in my collection where there's a sign in the window that says for lease, and it's empty.
And there we go.
That's the only way that the building should be empty is this, for sale or for lease or something like that, and have that sign in the window.
Wait,
so I have one that's empty.
Julian, don't run away. Meredith had a question.
No, I just said here. Oh, I did have it was a Duplo toilet or a regular toilet?
Brick built or
okay, let me.
Brick. Usually I go with brick built, but as big as my butt is, maybe I need the Duplo. I don't know.
Nice.
Also, I kicked around the idea of having like a theater in there so you can watch a movie.
So, I would say that when it comes to interiors, I just don't enjoy building yet another bathroom. And so that's one reason why I don't really care about filling them out. But I have started roughing in a Bob's Burgers. And because I love the show and I love the interior scenes of the show, that's a building that I would absolutely want to complete the interior because it would be fun. Like making the burger, the burger counter, making the stools, making the grill, making their upstairs, family room. I would enjoy completing the rooms. For myself as a builder, I'm mostly interested in the exterior parts of buildings. Now, I put a lot of work into the back of my building, which nobody sees at a show except for the other people behind the counter. The other builders see it. I joked when I did my Victorians that I should announce that in the afternoon I'll flip them all around so you can see the back, because the back of my Victorians, they're all different, whereas the front, they're all the same structure. The color just differs. And so I love working on the exterior of the rear of each of my buildings. Has a lot of effort put into it. I just don't get excited about interiors. And there's a builder that I follow on the Amazing Modular Facebook page, who's a Barry Crossan, who's a British guy. His interiors inspire me. I mean, they are brilliant. They look like a place that someone would live in. And when I look at his work, I'm like, okay, if I was going to do interiors, that's the kind of thing I would want to do. Like it looks very plausible. But I'm not an.
I'm gonna have to look him up now.
Yeah, Barry Crossan. He does really nice stuff.
Well, and to end this argument in classic OGB's fashion, everybody does Lego different, and so some of us focus on interiors, some of us don't focus on interiors. Some of us like classic space, some of us like neoclassic space. Just all that matters is that we all like space.
Can't we all just get along?
Just put wings on it.
Yeah.
And put a thruster on that toilet.
I can put a thruster on my building.
The engines go in the back.
There's no streamlining in space. I could fly my building in space. Why not?
Exactly. It's chunky.
Listen, if a police box can fly, anything can go.
Exactly. So one last thing that I was working on
in space. Sorry. Sorry, Dan.
So, Jake, I do need you to take command just because this is something that I did want to throw up real quick. So one of the things I was working on prior to COVID-19 and then didn't get quite finished, and then I got sidetracked, and then I found out that if you want to build a ship, you got to build it in September, and it started before that, so I never actually finished it. And again, it was one of those things like, oh, something shiny, and I didn't finish it. But I did start doing this.
Awesome.
Which is orange and gray, because I like to build in orange and gray. But the middle sections are very brick separator. And I've actually come up with an idea for a version 2, and I might actually take this all apart and actually redo it again and actually make it the mid sections. Well, there's half
taking it apart, everybody.
Well, you already started rebuilding it.
I've already started taking it apart. These middle sections, I'm actually going to make even more of them and make it even bigger.
Definitely.
Chris and I were having lunch and we were talking about it, and it kind of has that feeling of Battlestar Galactica and those cargo ships, or if you watched Cowboy Bebop and there was an episode where they were going through the rings, and it was all about these giant space tractor trailer trucks. Basically, the only way I can think of it.
It's space trucks.
Yeah, space trucks hauling cargo. So I think I'm going to wind up revamping it again and make it even bigger. Get it on the more lines of the big ships that Chris has built in the past. So that's the plan. So time will tell.
It screams 2001 to me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
If I had put a section in the middle, and I actually even thought about that, a section in the middle that rotated to give them kind of the gravity feel to it for the crew. But again, I still need to make it bigger because it needs something in the center for the crew to walk through to get to the different sections. So I'm looking at it as version 1. We're going to go version 2 for 2021. So we'll see. All right, Jake, you can take me back off. Let's see everybody else.
Are we done at 5?
Yeah, we're done at 5.
We're done in 2. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. The dating game. Give or take. Yeah.
Before we go, I have at the moment building something. I am building.
Give yourself the big screen, son.
Go to the big screen.
I am building a lizard.
Nice.
That is in the same. That is. I'm using the instructions for the one of the best Venom sets ever. This thing.
Nice.
It is awesome.
And making it lizard-like. Nice.
This head is actually from like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex.
That's awesome.
I immediately thought of a lizard. So
that looks really cool.
That's actually a very similar head to the Cobalt I did. I think it's off the same concept, which is cool. Nice.
Very cool.
So are you going to have him battling like a bigger Spider-Man, or is it going to be a little
Well,
Spider-Man?
I'm going to add it to the Spider-Man layout.
Cool, nice. That'd be awesome to be added to do that.
Because there's no there's no Lego lizard. They've never made a Lego lizard.
Have they not?
There was a Creator 3-in-1 lizard.
No. He's talking about the Spider-Man.
The villain.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Along with the fact that there's no Rhino.
There is a Rhino.
Yeah. We don't talk about that Rhino though. We want a Rhino that, while I hate to say it, it needs a Chima head to make a Rhino. And I actually have this specific Chima head that I'm going to take some acetone and take off the printing so I can actually make my own Rhino.
You gotta stop that, Tana. Come
No,
on.
I know it's a good, but
Jeez.
come on. I can't have a Sinister Six without a Rhino. So
I respect the fact that you need a Rhino to leave the print on. Stop manipulating Lego. They know what they're doing.
Where's the remove button, Dad?
Almost. They almost know what they're doing. It takes them a while to catch up to brilliant thinkers.
Next thing you know, this is going to lead to staining clear plastic pieces. That's a dark path.
Who would do that?
Who would do such a thing? Stain clear plastic.
Hey, Natalie painted some mini dolls.
Yeah.
Before
All right,
okay, she can do it. It's okay.
You need to end. It's
All
5.
right, Jake, we're at 2 hours. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Good afternoon.
Bye.
Goodbye, Canada.